Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of Government Loya College Churu. I am Dr. Sunita Meena, Assistant Professor, English Department. Today we are going to discuss 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th chapter of the Poetics. In the 7th chapter, Aristotle talks about the structure of the plot. Aristotle states that the plot of a tragedy is the most important thing. Its structure deserves much attention from the dramatist. Tragedy is an imitation of an action that is complete and whole and of a certain magnitude. Whole is that which has a beginning, a middle, and an end. A well constructed plot, therefore, must neither begin nor end in a haphazard manner. It should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The action imitated in a tragedy must also have a certain magnitude means that it should not be too short but should have some length. At the same time, the plot should not be so long that the mind and the memory may not be able to embrace it in one view. The sequence of events in the plot should follow the law of probability or necessity and should admit of a change from bad fortune to good fortune or from good fortune to bad fortune. The plot should be one, but the unity of plot does not consist in the unity of the hero, because there are so many events and incidents in the life of a man that all of them cannot be reduced to unity. That is why Homer in his Odyssey does not include all the adventures of the hero but chooses incidents from which center round an action which in our sense of the word is one. The plot may be said to have a structural unity if the removal or displacement of any part of it will disturb or dislocate the entire pattern. Further, Aristotle states that poetry is a higher thing than history. He states that it is not the function of the poet to relate what has happened, but what may happen. That is what is possible according to the law of probability or necessity. Poetry is a more philosophical and a higher thing than history, because poetry tends to express the universal, while history has to express the particular. The writers of tragedy do well in retaining the actual names of the characters whom they represent in their tragedies, because the use of those actual names makes the happenings more credible. However, there are also some tragedies in which there are only one or two well known names, the rest being fictitious. In still other tragedies, none of the names are well known, and yet such plays also give the pleasures that we expect from a tragedy. Aristotle further says that the poet or maker should be the maker of the plots rather than of verses, because he is a poet who imitates actions. Of all plots and actions, the episodic are the worst. A plot is episodic if the episodes or events follow one another without a probable or necessary sequence. The plot of a tragedy must also inspire fear and pity. Such an effect is produced when the events come on us by surprise, and the effect is enhanced or increased when they follow as cause and effect. The tragic wonder is greater if this principle is observed, because events which happen just by chance do not produce the same effect. Aristotle further says that plots are either simple or complex. A plot is simple if the change of fortune takes place without a reversal of the situation and without recognition. A complex plot is one in which the change of fortune is accompanied by such reversal or by recognition or by both. A reversal of the situation is a change by which the action moves down to its opposite, subject always to the rule of probability or necessity. Recognition is a change from ignorance to knowledge, producing love or hate between the persons destined by the poet for good or bad fortune. The best form of recognition coincides with a reversal of the situation, as in the play Oedipus. Although even inanimate things of the most critical kind may, in a sense, be objects of recognition, yet the recognition which is more effective is the recognition of persons. Such recognition combined with a reversal will produce either pity or fear, and this is what we demand from a tragedy. Besides the reversal of the situation and the recognition, a tragedy has a third part, which is the scene of suffering, such as death on the stage, bodily agony, wounds, and so on.